Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to make a cabbage salad, and it's a pretty standard cabbage salad, a couple of tweaks here and there, but I do like to put bacon over top of it. So into this pan I'm going to put some bacon. I've already chopped it up, and first I want to render out the fat, and then I want to crisp the bacon up completely. While the bacon is cooking, next up is the cabbage, and I often use a mix of both purple cabbage and just a regular cabbage, and I slice with a knife. I know that a lot of people will use a slaw cutter, makes sense, or a mandolin, or some people will grate it. I guess it comes down to how big you like the chunks to be. And so I slice it off and then I will cut it a little bit finer, just to make the pieces a little bit smaller. But of course this is personal preference. Chop it any way you like. And we'll throw that into the bowl. Now cabbage salad is something that's kind of funny. Or cabbage salad recipes are things that I find kind of funny because it's a method, it's an idea, it's an interplay between ingredients, but every time you make it, you're going to be making it for a different size crowd, and you might make it smaller or larger, and so you have to kind of play with the ingredients and figure out what the ratios are that you like, and then sort of adjust them as you go. So this is just a guideline. This is just maybe to give you some ideas, maybe show you a way that you've never thought to do it before. I am always picking stuff up when I go to parties and I see someone who's done something differently than I would do it, and I think, oh, how can I adapt that to my own kitchen? So this is that kind of video. So in with a little bit of purple cabbage. Now I know that the purple cabbage, the color bleeds. I'm fine with that. I have no problem whatsoever. Okay, so the bacon looks like it's doing pretty well. Just give it a little bit of a stir, let it render out the fat, get nice and crisp. Next up is a carrot, and a carrot is something that I like to grate. And you can decide whether you want to put in celery, and if you want to grate celery or chop it and put it in. That's kind of the trinity. I don't have celery today. You know, COVID, and the last trip to the grocery store, there was no celery. So, okay. Carrot. Now, green onion. I'm going to put in green onion. I also like to put in shallots. I really like shallots in this, but again, I couldn't get them, so I'm going to make do with what I have. Garlic greens, chives would be amazing. Really, play with the flavors. I think get outside of what your grandmother did. I know your grandmother's cabbage salad was amazing. Mine was too. But there's a point where you have to sort of acknowledge that and then try something else. I think that it's important to figure out foods your way and experiment with them and try different things. Play with the flavors. Okay, onions into the bowl. And I sprinkle on just a little bit of salt at this point and grind in a little bit of pepper just to get the whole thing started. And then toss this together. Okay, now we'll check the bacon, and it's looking pretty good. It's getting crispy, and all of the fat has rendered out, so we'll just let that go. And we'll make the sauce. Now, the sauce, there will be an actual recipe down in the description box, but it starts out with some mayonnaise, and I'll take about that much mayo. If you're a Miracle Whip person, go right ahead, use Miracle Whip if that's what you like. If you like the flavor, I know some people find it tangier and they like it better somehow. I'm not a fan, but that doesn't mean it's not right. Now, I'm putting in sour cream. A couple tablespoons of sour cream. You could use plain yogurt for this, or you could throw in buttermilk. Buttermilk would work really well with this as well. What you're looking for is some of that creaminess, a little bit of fat, and some of that acidic tang that you get with the sour cream or the yogurt, and all of those other flavors that come from fermenting stuff. Those add a lot to this. Celery seed. This, when I was a kid, this never made it into the recipes for any of our summer salads, and I don't know why. It's something that I found later in life that I really liked in salads, and I thought, why was my childhood salad always missing something? It was the celery salt. Sorry, celery seed, not celery salt. You could use celery salt if you wanted to. Just don't salt anywhere else because celery salt is mostly salt. I'm using celery seed. Sometimes I misspeak, and boy, do I hear about it in the comments. Hot mustard powder, something I really like. I put it in almost everything, and I'm running out, and I need to get some more, and I don't know that I can because I didn't see it the last couple times at the grocery store. And you want to put some vinegar in. I'm using this apple ice cider vinegar. I really like the flavor. If you don't have this, that's not a problem. Just use a vinegar that you really like. Ideally, I'm looking for a vinegar in this application that has a lot of flavor, not just the acidity, but a lot of other flavors. And I'm going to put in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. So for vinegars, you could use, red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, apple cider vinegar, just straight up apple cider vinegar. All of those would be fine. And if you have just plain distilled white vinegar, use that. It'll be just fine. You're still going to get the tang. Might not bring as many flavors to the party, but you're still going to get there. Okay, the bacon has crisped up nicely, and it is draining in the pan, draining away the fat. I'm going to keep the fat for the barbecue sauce recipe that I'm making next. And so now I'm going to dress the salad. So I just pour it in. Sometimes I hold a little back in case I've made too much, which is sometimes the case when you're just eyeballing it. And we mix that together. So now that this is all mixed together, I'm going to put a lid on it and stick it in the fridge for a couple of hours just for the flavor to come together. Hey, Jules.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, friends. Aha! Cabbage salad.
Cabbage salad.
You're getting ready for the barbecue season. Summer outside eating. And
Also made barbecue sauce today.
so we truly are getting ready for
we are ready now. If only, we could have a whole bunch of friends over and sit in the backyard.
Yeah, that is the not so fun part about our current barbecue season. Oh, thank you.
Now,
Oh,
sprinkle a little bit of bacon on top.
well, okay. I'm in.
Just for a change in texture. I mean,
That's funny that you say change in texture, because
no raisins.
raisins are a change in texture that you hate.
No raisins in cabbage salad. I mean, if you love raisins in cabbage salad, go right ahead. But
I do.
no. So this is a pretty basic
That's pretty
cabbage
good.
salad. Yeah.
Nice, it's refreshing. The bacon's fun. It kind of gives it a little salty bit.
I like the interplay between the mayonnaise and the sour cream. Kind of adds something to it rather than just being one note. And also, I added some of the the ice cider, the ice apple cider vinegar to it. Again, just kind of changes that flavor a little bit. Just a bunch of little things that you can do to kind of elevate the flavor and take it somewhere else.
And you can base that on what you've got.
Yeah,
Explore
totally.
what you have in your house,
totally
right?
do it that way. So, I really like this, and that won't take long to eat. We also made the barbecue sauce from the leftover grease from the bacon that I fried for this recipe.
Ooh.
So check out that recipe when it comes out in a couple of days. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.